Alrighty. So my name is Keith, also known as Uhfgood. Let's put the drawing tablet out of the way so I can get access back to the keyboard. And my name is Uhfgood. I'm making a game, and today I am going to see we are in update or devlog number 93, and it's time to do some more story work, which is kind of boring and there's a lot of talking. And I suppose for my background footage I could have made myself invisible, because now you're gonna see what two images up here. This is the recording of me back then, and then this is me down here actually doing the recording for this video. In any case, I don't care that much, I guess, but maybe I should stop doing double me's, or maybe it just makes the thumbnail looks funnier. Anywho, actually let's pull this guy down here like that. Okay. In any case, I have to get back to my story, and since I have the 5 parts of the game, which I'm guessing I will release individually, but maybe at the end, I will put it together as one big game. I don't know. So remember, my goal here is to actually see if I could make a living off of YouTube, and not because I'm so special, but just because somebody's going to want to know from start to finish how to make a game like this, like an adventure game or whatever. And it's kind of interesting. You can look online, and you can find a ton of that's all the old stuff. Actually, I'm gonna put this down here, so let's do something here. Points for each part of the story. Anyways, if you go look on the internet, you can find adventure game engines, and with tutorials to show you how to do it. You can show you how to program that, or RPGs, which are kind of adventure games. You almost could say they're kind of an offshoot of an RPG, except for there's no stats and no extra side quests. It's all made for the main part of the story, so there's no battling or leveling up or anything like that, with the exception of like what Quest for Glory and the Cole's newest one that I guess they had a Kickstarter or something, and then but now you can get it on like GOG.com, or probably on Steam and probably various other outlets. The actual couple, presumably married couple, they could be brother and sister, but I think they're a married couple, that made the Quest for Glory series, or originally called Heroes Quest. The first one was called Heroes Quest, and was for Sierra Online. Probably when they made Heroes Quest, it was probably called Online Systems, but Sierra Online evolved into Quest for Glory series, and there were adventure games with RPG elements to it, like leveling up and stats and stuff, but it was still kind of a more of a standard, more story focused RPG or RPG adventure hybrid. Anyways, so you can find information online about about how to like make RPGs, how to basically for programming art, build battle systems, build dialogue systems, pathfinding. You can find all the individual little pieces that physically make up, for instance, how to draw backgrounds and how to, you can find little skills here and there, but nobody put out any tutorials or anything about how to make an adventure game from start to finish with the overall. In other words, you can use something like Adventure Game Studio, and you can find tutorials on how to do it, and then you can find a number of games, there's not any one of them that kind of puts it all in one place and says, okay, here's what you do from start to finish. Here's how you structure it, And because of that, the way I'm doing mine is kind of haphazard. So I don't really have a production schedule. I do have my to-dos here, and that is like, see, take each part of the game, divide into plot points, create characters, stuff like that. But not a real kind of a structured, not a whole like structured. This is how you do it. Production thingy. So all I decided to do is I'm logging my game development, including learning how to draw with my tablet, learning how to program, learning how to use Blender, learning how to use Armory. And in fact, in future videos, I'm going to actually postpone using Armory for a little while because of the nav mesh thing, and look into other engines. I'm going to be looking at probably Godot or Godot. I don't know, when I look at it, I pronounce it Godot, but it's like Godot, like Gal Gadot or whatever. That's how you pronounce the name. So I don't know where their name comes from. So anyways, I'm gonna use Godot. I'm gonna look at Unity. I'm gonna look at Unreal Engine, which I've actually kind of mentioned before, because Unreal Epic Games has this grant program that they're going to give hundreds of thousands of dollars away just for using Unreal Engine. So that's still a possibility. But for right now, I'm going to get into the story, and we're going to figure this story out. And I know I've used up almost all my time here on this video, but I'll be able to get started on here. So part 1 on here, the inciting incident, introduce the characters. King summons halfway to the castle. When he enters the throne room, the king, kind of acting strangely, says he's just sold Enchanted Lands to Maximilians, who's actually in the throne room with them. Of course, I think Max doesn't say anything. And he properly fires him and ejects him out of the castle. Literally ejects him out of the castle. If you've seen, probably where I got the idea, but if you've seen The Emperor's New Groove, where that one old guy goes in and he asks him something, or he does something wrong or whatever, and Kuzco ejects him out of the castle, literally throws him out. I was thinking of that, so I'm not sure if I'll do it now because I'm thinking, oh, I'm copying that. But anyways, he gets rid of him. Maybe halfway just leaves, by magic, or maybe he just, whatever. In fact, yeah, I was going to suggest that maybe we can show in the little animation of him going to the castle, we can show the flying train. But here, let's just close this right now. Oh, it's taking too long. In any case, so he fires him. He ejects him out of the castle, and okay, so our first plot point is in the whole game is that John Thomas enters the land, which is he's from our world, or he might be from our world. Anyways, he's living in our world, and presumably is acquainted with it. And then what did I put here? I put, let's see something here. Midpoint, plot point. Okay, maybe this is part of plot point 1. I don't know. Halfway get to news that someone's boarding up all the inns and taverns at the resort hub, including the Grand Enchanted Landing Hotel and Wizard U. He gets word that only the hotel open is the Bats Belfry Hotel of the resort hub, and the only place to eat is Scarborough Fair chicken. Yeah, it's just kind of a running joke with me, because whenever I hear Scarborough Fair, I guess the Paul Simon and Garfunkel version, you know, parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. I'm thinking that's a recipe for chicken, right? Scarborough Fair chicken. And so I just thought, you know, since we're doing kind of this fantasy deal, and it'll be kind of medieval, like Scarborough Fair chicken is a franchise in Enchanted Lands, and there's actually another one that I came up with, but I forget what it is. But they're closed, I believe. Anyways, so the only place to eat is Scarborough Fair chicken, and I guess it's funny enough as a joke, but I guess later I might think about possibly making it a point in the game. In fact, really everything in the game that you show should actually be part of it. In other words, Scarborough Fair chicken shouldn't be just background. There should be a plot involving getting into there and getting, I don't know, chicken grease or something, and you know, so you can get somebody out of shackles or something dumb like that, you know, where you actually have to get in there. Maybe even if you remember The Secret of Monkey Island, where Guybrush had to actually go and make some money, right? So that's when the Flying Fettuccine Brothers, he goes to the circus and he gets money and stuff. So maybe John, when he comes in, maybe that's one of the things he has to do. He has to get some money to be able to do stuff, and so he has to get a job at Scarborough Fair Chicken or something dumb like that. But you know, I'll figure it out later. In any case, I think my time is up for this. Maybe I should do that. Let's see something here. Let's make this a note. Here, actually. Oh, I see. After a while, he gets summoned to the administration council, and he's been told he's been fired. Oh, I see how I did that. This is actually, so this should actually be a before. That's okay. Well, I'm going to leave that in there. I'm going to make a note that maybe John has to work at Scarborough Fair Chicken for some reason. Okay, we'll do it that ways. Okay, so let's go ahead and stop this. Let's reset this, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.